Okay, I'm in Orsett today and I'm going to be walking to Orsett Fen, which is one of the last areas of fenland left in Essex. We're in South Essex. I've just had a drink in the Whitmore Arms, the car's parked there, and it's only a 5-mile walk today, about 2.5 hours. It's out of this book. I think it's walk number 7. Walk number 7. There we go. And it is, in case you're wondering, it uses OS Explorer 175 map. So yeah, just been in Whitmore Arms, nice pub, nice house there. I'm heading down that way, down the high road, past the Foxhound pub, out towards the Fen. There's the War Memorial there. It's a Wednesday, it's about midday. It's going to be a hot day today, so I've cracked out the shorts, the sun hat and the sun cream. And I've got plenty of water with me as well, it's going to be needed. So yeah, short little walk, should be nice. Got to be in work later, so yeah, should be good. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, this is the Church of St Giles and All Saints in Orsett. So I'm just going to have a quick look inside before I start the walk. Very nice porch. That looks very old, possibly Norman archway. See if it's open first. Will it follow the trend of lots of churches? And it does. What a pity. Another locked church in Essex. Anyway, so yeah, I'm continuing that way. Speak to you in a bit. Okay, so from the church in Orsett village, you take the high road, follow it past the village hall, and yeah, you'll go round sort of a bend in the road, and you'll see Fen Lane on your left. This is Fen Lane. So you turn down here, and after about 200 metres you turn, I think it said right. Let me double check for you. Yep, 200 metres after Poplar's Farm, turn right onto footpath 90. So yeah, we're starting to get out into the real country here. The sun is really out, there's hardly any clouds in the sky. It's going to be a hot one, this. Very quiet here already. What I'll do, once I come off the road, I'll tell you a little bit about the place. Okay, so when you turn off onto public footpath 90, you follow that for just under 1 kilometre, you get to a reservoir which is just through there, and Hoblett's Farm, which is just on, well, it'll be your left if you're facing going that way, which is the way we're going. You cross over this footbridge and you enter Orsett Fen. As I say, one of the last areas of fenland left. I think it is the last area of fenland left in Essex. I have to admit, it does kind of just look like a field at the moment. Yeah, I'll just read you a little bit. There was fenland in South Essex into the 1960s, and this walk visits the last to survive, Orsett Fen, and its near neighbours, Bullfan and Stringcock Fens. Even today there is a sense of loneliness as you walk through this landscape. The low Essex ridges, although distant, seem to cut you off from the wider world. Yeah, I could sort of go with that. It is quite desolate here. So yeah, so this is entering Orsett Fen. Then if I read you another little bit, just cross on the footbridge again. Absolutely sweaty, I'm dripping sweaty. This is one of the hottest days easily. So yeah, this sort of ditch here, it's not really flowing, it's sort of a bit stagnant looking. Yeah, the ditch that you cross feeds into the Mardyke, a Thames tributary about 1 kilometre to the west. It marks the Fen's western boundary now reed clogged. In Victorian times, the Mardyke and the ditches running from it were navigable for the barges which supplied Hoblets and other local farms. Okay, so yeah, next point is I'm keeping ahead here. It's pretty much a straight line. I mean, this walk on the map is actually just basically a rectangle shape, so very simple navigation. I probably spoke too soon there. So yeah, so I'm going to carry on that way and I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, so we've left Orsett Fen and now we're in Bullfen Fen, and with each of them you each cross over each fen into each fen, and you cross over ditches, like drainage ditches, so you'll keep going in a straight line and cross over these footbridges. Basically they're sort of almost boundary markers, if you will. Still really hot, I'm still sweating. I must have sweated what I've just drunk already. He's ridiculously hot. It was very hot yesterday. I think it was about 30, 31, someone said. I was okay because I was working in the gym. The aircon was, well, sort of working. It was struggling, but it was, yeah, it was better than being outside, put it that way. And someone said today is going to be even hotter than yesterday. So, oh well, at least it's not raining. Okay, so I've just come up from between there and my finger is, past this tractor, across this field, which apparently I think is another fen. Tractor there, and I've turned a sharp right and I'm coming back now. Pathway 89, Judd's farm is behind me, and I'm sort of heading back in a direction towards the village of Orsett now. As you can see, it's still sunny, tractors are all out, and yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, so these hills over in the distance, that's Langdon Hills. It's one of the highest points in the county. Of course, it's not as high as Chrysal Common, where I went to Arkeston the other day. That's 482 foot. I think the Langdon Hills, that is about 400 foot, I think. And that overlooks like London. I did a walk there at the Langdon Hills and the plotland like nature reserves over at Langdon there. So yeah, check out my other video to see that area. And I'm pretty sure I think I've climbed that hill that was on the walk, overlooking Essex and, well, and into London. You see the London skyline. So yeah, I've got some good photos, some good footage there. So yeah, be sure to check that one out. Okay, now I think I'm heading that way towards Stringcock Fen. I'm going to double check the map again. I might stop here for a bit, have a quick snack and just sit in the shade for a bit. It's so hot, it's ridiculous. And I'll carry on in a minute. I'm making good time anyway. I'm pretty much almost back now. Okay, so I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, so from here it is a straight line that way back to Orsett village. I can see the tower of the church just above the farm buildings in the distance, and yeah, there's somewhere up ahead. It says it's on private land, so I'm not going to be able to see it, but there's the remains of like a Ringham Bailey kind of earthwork, so maybe sort of the site of like a Norman castle or some important building. And in the guidebook it reads, I'll just find the page, it reads, there is a Norman ring and bailey earthwork said to be the site of a palace of the bishops of London. The reconstructed castle at Stansted Mount Fitchett is on the same pattern. So yeah, palace for the bishops of London in Norman times. So I doubt I'm going to be able to see it. I mean, if I do, of course I'll film it, or if I can sort of see where the private land starts, sort of thing, at least I can sort of show you a picture or something. So if you do this walk, you'll know where it is if you're into your history like myself. I'll be honest, this walk has not been the most entertaining or the most interesting. It's been fairly easy to follow navigational wise, but in terms of things to see things to see really, there's not really been a hell of a lot. It's mostly been fields like this, and apparently they're fens, it's fenland. So but to me it just looks a bit like farmland, you know, sort of basic sort of countryside. So, but still, it's been nice. It's been nice to get out. The weather's been nice, if you can call it that. It is incredibly hot. I can start to feel my legs are starting to burn a bit now. When I just stopped to switch the camera on, they felt like they was literally like roasting hot. So I did put a bit of sun cream on, but it never really seems to do much for me really. I either don't burn, and I don't get any colour at all, or I burn. I've tried every different factor sun cream there is, but it's one of them things anyway. But it's not too bad, I've had far worse. So yeah, so straight line from here back to the village of Orsett. And what I'll probably do is I stopped in the Whitmore Arms pub before I started the walk, so I'll stop in the Foxhound pub to finish the walk. Okay, so I've just come out onto this track, still heading in a straight line that way. I think here it said just past the forest, this is where that ring and bailey earthwork is. Of course it's on private land, and that's where the Norman palace for the bishops of London apparently was, on this site. I think it's here anyway, so I'm going to carry on up this way and see if it is. If it is, I'll do another quick film there, but it does sort of look like there's sort of, I don't know, it's like the way the land lies and stuff, and sort of like the dips, and you know, the way the grass and crops and stuff like that grow, you can sort of spot sort of earthworks, you know, even though it's like hundreds of years ago, you can always sort of make out that there was something there, usually, despite modern man's best intentions to try and sort of build on top of it or get rid of it. You can always sort of see something. Of course, unless they whack a multi-storey car park on top of it, then you can't. But they're not really allowed to do that. So yeah, but with like farmland and stuff, you can always sort of see that there was once something there. So I think it's there. There is like a ditch there. I'm not overly sure anyway. I don't think it's through there, past that way. I'm pretty sure, I think it's here, this area in here. So anyway, I know you can wake up, it's nearly finished this video. I know it's not been the most interesting of walks, so I'll forgive you for falling asleep. I'm trying to keep awake myself, I think, really. The lack of lack of like highlights on this walk, but still, like I say, it's, you know, a walk's a walk. It's bird action. It's all good. It's better than being stuck at home, or certainly better than being like stuck at work. You know, it's nice to get out and you know, see a different part of your county and enjoy it really. So yeah, there's the church is just in the distance there. I can just see it above the houses. So I'll follow this path through. I'll come out of the pub, probably say a quick little bit there, and then I'm gonna go and grab myself a pint in this hot weather, and then head on home, and then to work. Oh well. Okay, I'm back at St Giles and All Saints Church in Orsett village. That's the end of the walk. As I say, it's not been the most interesting one, but it's not been too bad. So I haven't got many more walks left in my Walks in Essex books. I think I've only got about 3 or 4. I can't remember now. It's 5 at a push, I think. So yeah, nearly sort of finished them all, and I would have covered pretty much all of Essex. In some places 2 or 3 times over. So yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this walk and this video. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, or you'll see me in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.